This past year, I've learned a few nuggets along the way that have had a big impact on my business and my life, and I would love to share them with you today. This past year, with all of the crazy things that have been going on, I've had more time to read, which has truly been a blessing because I picked up the book that has been sitting on my bookshelf for months called Essentialism by Greg Mckeown. And this turned out to be one of the best things for me because as a creative entrepreneur, I would regularly find myself stretched too thin, stressed out, having so much on my plate and being so busy but not really being productive. If you can relate to how I was feeling, the way of the Essentialist may be for you. So today I'm going to be sharing what an Essentialist is and why it's important to start thinking like one. I'm also going to be sharing two major ways that this book has changed the way that I think. I honestly wish I would have read this book years ago. It's a must for every creative entrepreneur and business owner. And I know what you're probably thinking. What is this girl who talks about traveling and filmmaking? What is she doing talking to me about essentialism? Well, essentialism will affect every area of your life because it's all about gaining clarity and focusing in on what's truly important. And I feel like travel, is intertwined with the way of the Essentialist because in order to gain clarity, sometimes you need to take a step back and out of the normalcy of your life and kind of get away. And so I feel like these ideas of traveling and essentialism go hand in hand. So you may be wondering, okay, so what is essentialism? Essentialism is a strategy for discerning what's truly important in your life and what's not, and then eliminating the rest. I don't know if you've ever opened your closet to something that looks horrendous and realized that you need to clear out some things. I know that I have, and the first step in, getting rid of things in your closet that you don't need is evaluating and looking at, is this something that I'm going to wear in the next year? And if the answer is no, throw it out. I don't know if you can tell, but I've done that a couple times. And then eliminating, the excess things, and then executing, actually going and getting rid of those things in your closet that that aren't important anymore. And basically that's the same idea when it comes to essentialism, is deciding what's important and what's not and getting rid of the excess and actually acting on that. There's a diagram in the book that I actually want to draw out for you. So in the book, you'll see there's a circle here, and this represents your energy. I'm going to put an E for energy. And if you start putting your energy in a ton of different directions, you're not going to get very far. Whereas if you put your energy towards one thing or one direction, it's going to look like this. And you're going to get much further in that one direction. If we don't know where to put our time and energy, we won't grow. And so we need to make sure that we're assessing that on a regular basis and asking ourselves what's important to us and what can I get rid of that is sucking up my time that shouldn't be. In the book, he talks about having 4 different burners in life. One burner is family, one burner is friends, the other is work, and the other is your health. And he asked the question, if you could only pick 3 burners, what would they be? And it's basically a way to get you thinking about how you spend your time. If you literally could only pick 3, how would you choose to do that? And are you happy with that decision that you've made? Now, one of the 2 major things that I walked away from this book with was, number 1, more clarity in my business. And what I mean by that, in chapter 10 of this book, it's called Clarify, and he talks about what it means to have an essential intent for your business. He talks about having goals and having roles within your business and how that will help others thrive when you define those more clearly. As a result of reading this chapter, I actually planned what I call a goals and roles retreat for our business. And we took it back a few months ago, and it was so helpful. My husband and I had so much fun on our retreat. For those of you who don't know, we are filmmakers and we will work full-time together. And now that we're on the same page, we can both put forth our best effort and highest level of contribution because we're not confused about where we're headed or what our roles are. My second biggest takeaway from this book is probably the idea of learning to build a buffer for unexpected events. Before learning about what it meant to build a buffer, I would give myself a teeny tiny buffer, but never enough buffer to alleviate stress. And I realized as a result of this book that that's something that I was doing, and that I actually need to buffer in more time for certain projects and things that need to get done. This really has shifted the way that I even look at my day overall, like how much I can actually get done. I'm way more realistic, and I find myself at the end of a day way more satisfied with the work that I was able to complete in that time because I'm not putting these unrealistic expectations on myself. As a result, I live with way less stress, and I'm happier at the end of the day because I achieve my goals. An essentialist is something that I am aiming to become. I don't think I've gotten there by any means. I know that it's going to be a process over many years. If you have not read Essentialism, I highly recommend it. Go ahead and get yourself a copy and tell me your thoughts. What do you think of this book? Is it something that has helped you? Is it something that you would recommend to other people? Let me know in the comment section below, and I would love to hear your thoughts on this. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.